Fighting over fictional characters seems like the best way to celebrate everyone's favorite holiday. I have never met one person whose favorite holiday is Valentine's Day. I don't think that person exists.
Your video tipping the show. On you.
Butt lovers. Welcome back to the Ranking Things series. I love making these videos because without fail, every time I post one, I destroy somebody's perception of me.
What do you mean Athena doesn't have all the same opinions I have?
I have gathered so many of your favorite ships from my Instagram and over on my Discord. I have so many ships you can call me a doc. Like, get it? Because ships go to the dock. So that's why I'm the doc, because I'm where the ships go. I'm a doc. Quack, quack. God, I'm so funny. If you're watching this video furious I didn't get to your ship, I have a life hack for you. Follow my Instagram. Following the Athena P Instagram does increase your chances of a feature, but in no way guarantees one. You are guaranteed, however, if you follow the Athena P Instagram, a fun time. Side effects of you following me may include me getting to 10,000 followers. Oh my god, I really want to get to 10,000 followers on Instagram. Maybe follow me. I don't know if you want. Okay, bye. Oh, let's start with my favorite relationship. Athena P and a desk that doesn't absolutely destroy her back. Yeah, I have one of those now. Thanks to this video's sponsor, Flexi Spot. Guys, I'm not exaggerating even a little when I say this is game-changing. I mean, for reference, this was my setup before. This ugly folding table, it was honestly tragic. Let me give you a tour of my L-shaped standing desk. I would sit and edit and film for hours, wishing I could stand up and stretch without disrupting my flow of work, and now I can. Watch this. Oh, how I wish I could stand. Oh wait, I can. Here we go. And now, wait for it, it can go so high. The dual motor makes height adjustments stable and quiet. I'm standing. That's right, and thanks to this L shape, I'm no longer taking L's. It's so spacious, it's perfect for multiple devices. Me personally, I think I'm gonna make this my makeup section. I'm gonna have a mirror here. But wait, there's still more. Follow me, follow me. In the control box, there's also a charging station, and you can also set a timer so it can beep when you need to be on your feet. P.S. FlexiSpot also gave me these funky color-changing lights. Do you love it? I'm obsessed. Be sure to use the link in my description. FlexiSpot's Valentine's deal is up to 60% off and ends on February 17th. Thank you so much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Now back to ranking ships. Bowser and Luigi. Thank you so much for being so brave. I remember when I first saw the Mario movie trailer, I knew how people were gonna react. And I thought, haha, not me though. And then I watched the movie, and I really got to know Jack Black's Bowser, and I love the idea of Luigi, the cowardly brother, the wet spaghetti noodle of a plumber, unclogging the pipes of the big bad. Okay, I'll stop being gross about it so I can pitch it to you in a fluffy way. But first, a reenactment of Luigi from Luigi's Mansion. Mario!
Soon after.
God, I love this standing desk. Maybe I'll just film the rest of the standing. And then I can move around? Like I said, the top of this ship list is me with this desk. I'm really happy about it. Back on topic. He's so afraid of everything, and him getting with a character who seems scary, but is secretly just as soft? This is gay Beauty and the Beast, but if Beast wasn't a total asshole. As a Smash Brothers gamer, I think at least one of the brothers should be able to smash. S tier. Fun fact for some of you, infuriating fact for others, sometimes I say Mario Brothers, and I know that really infuriates people, so I take it a step further and pronounce everybody's name wrong. Luigi. Bowser. Because I can. Who's gonna stop me? The fictional characters? This is Piotch. Clay and Stopframe from Moral Oral. Full disclosure, I have not watched Moral Oral, but it was one of those series that I read up the Wikipedia and watched compilations, so it feels like I watched it. So this is my totally informed opinion. Clay is Oral's dad. Oral is the titular bitchular, as you know. And Coach Stopframe is in love with Clay. And Clay is a piece of shit. He's the worst. So there might be trauma I'm missing here, but I don't like Clay. The only thing I really liked about it is that Coach Stopframe, once Clay admitted that he loved him and needed him, Stopframe was like, you should take care of your son. He's a wonderful boy. You, however, you are damaged beyond repair. Jesus, take the wheel and drive this car off a cliff. I mean, this ship's gotta go straight to hell. There's no way Clay could ever make Stopframe happy. Stopframe deserves better. I didn't watch the show, and even I know that. Claymation, more like Claygation, right? Am I right, guys? Jeremy and Candace from Phineas and Ferb. These two are the greatest. I mean, I recently saw a tweet about this that was going viral. People had this false impression of the show that Candace's love was one-sided.
Did we watch the same show?
Jeremy was the most supportive boyfriend in the world, and it was the representation we needed as someone who is a little bit silly weird, a little bit obsessive, and then just the chillest fucking dude in the world. It's me and Ben coded. If you don't know, that's my fiance. He is so laid back and I am very not, and I see ourselves in them so much. Oh my god, I even made this TikTok back in the day where I made Ben bob his head like Jeremy. I was very high. I don't know what I was doing. But you see how Ben is going along with it? That's called supportiveness. That's called, maybe a little bit enabling, but do they outrank me and my new desk though? I'm gonna say no. Brianna Boho and The Chosen? You know, any excuse to talk about Smosh I'll take. So, if you don't know these two characters, Brianna Boho is typical influencer, like a Tana Mongeau parody, whereas The Chosen, he is on an anime-like mission. Like, not really, but he really believes he is. I want to try and do my best Chosen impression. So, you want to cover nostalgic media on YouTube? Just be warned. Unlocking people's memories is a freaking hellscape. He's a hoot. Him and Miss Boho would never work, however. He doesn't let earthly temptation lead him astray from his mission, and his mission will never end. I'm gonna put them in B for Boo-hoo Boho. A Smosh characters couple that no one suggested to me, but I'm putting on this tier list anyway, is Redacted and Sarah Christ. Their latest fanfiction video killed me, and I love the idea of a retired cop getting together with a conspiracy theorist whose name is Redacted. Amanda and Ian have such great comedic chemistry. I want to see more of this couple. They're a train wreck. I'm putting them in A. The only reason I'm not putting them in S is because they're gonna get each other killed. Cleo and Frankie from the new Monster High. Every clip I've seen of them is adorable, and it's told in such a cute way for people in high school. And I want to rank the ship to spite the people in the original fandom that's so butthurt about it. The thing is, I will not blame you if you don't want to watch the new show, but why are you raging that there's a new show? That doesn't affect the old show in any way. When I tell you it's still there, and you could still watch Cleo acting more like I was gonna say a Jade West character, but Jade is way gayer than original Cleo. Original Cleo? Original Monster High Cleo? Straight as fuck. But they completely repurposed her character. She's a sweetheart now. They're not the same Cleo, and that's okay. I'm putting them in S tier. Let's talk about another gay Cleopatra. Cleopatra and Frida Kahlo from Clone High. Their ship name, listen to this, Kalopatra. I mean, that's just perfect. Have you ever heard a ship name that flows off the tongue better? And I love this ship, not just because of how it's written in season 2 and 3, but because Cleo always kind of gave me Compet vibes. It seemed like she didn't actually like anybody she was dating. She was constantly putting on a show. I mean, when Abe dumped her for his best friend, she didn't even care. And Frida liked Cleo for who she is. Petty, and what else did they bond over? Eyebrows and a concert. Which by Clone High standards, that's a solid foundation. You can't get too attached to any ship in Clone High. But if I was gonna get attached to any of them, obviously it's gonna be these two. I'd love to see Cleopatra grow. Or she can be the type of character that she's like terrible to everybody except for her partner. Without spoiling too much though, in season 3, it was pretty sad to see Frida's dad realize what a terrible influence his daughter is dating. Yikes. Also, I would advise if you want your kid to stop seeing someone, don't tell them you want them to stop seeing them, because that's gonna make them want their partner even more. I don't know why. Teens are stupid. I'm gonna go with A tier, because like I said, I mean, it's not the best, but I am invested. JFK and Joan from Clone High. I adored them season 1. Again, their foundation was absolute shit, but I liked the way he built her up when Abe was constantly shutting her down. Does that mean they'll last a lifetime? Clearly not. I thought what she needed was a himbo, and she did in a different way, I guess. I can't believe they sold me on Joan and Confucius, but they're cute. I like them. And now, I think JFK should be with Abe. Clone High is constantly surprising me. Their love triangle is a love heptadecagon, and no one wins. And all of them will end up alone. We'll see if they get renewed. I want Gandhi to come back. Anyway, B tier, because I saw the potential and this could have been written well, but it just wasn't. It wasn't in the cards for them. Kermit and Miss Piggy, these two break my heart. Because did you know they've been broken up since 2016 in the ABC sitcom series? When Kermit dated this other pig? Because your boy has a type? I know that series is never going to get renewed, although I wish it did. It ended off with this cliffhanger of will they, won't they? And apparently the answer is they won't, because they haven't done anything with those two romantically since then. It might be for the best, because everyone shut up. We have breaking news. So Kermit said this about Miss Piggy, talking about how she's still blowing up his phone. So clearly, I think they have a situationship going on. I think that's what it is. I think they're not together romantically, but maybe in other ways. She was, like, not great to him. It seems like at first Kermit liked her whole girl boss shtick. Maybe he liked being pushed around in, like, a weird sexual way as well, because these two pork constantly. They really got into that in the ABC series. I really didn't need to know about the Muppets doing that with human characters, too, because we're in a BoJack Horseman type world. I want to love these two because they're so iconic. The fame got to her head before she was even famous. She always knew she was that girl. She has a main character complex. The thing was, in the ABC series, she actually helped Kermit get a gift for his then girlfriend.
So who's your gift for? Your mother? Your aunt? My girlfriend. Oh, how sweet.
And she was a good friend to Kermit. So I can't put them at F. I'm gonna put them in B. I think they're better as friends. You might be thinking to yourself, but the ABC Muppets is a comedy. They need to be a chaotic couple, a couple that fights a lot, a couple that breaks up a lot, because that's what comedies do. Enter Bob and Linda. Please welcome to the stage a healthy fucking relationship for once. These two changed the game for adult animation, because before them, all we saw is violence in movie and sex on TV. Bob and Linda have such a tremendous amount of respect for each other. They communicate well. They're such incredible homebodies. There's a way you can write two adults in love, but they're still hilarious. That's possible. Like I said, I'm so glad these two entered the adult animation scene because we needed a change. We desperately needed a change. Other than, man stupid, wife nag. These two hate each other.
It's not that deep. Peter Griffin and Lois are funny.
How do you expect me to talk about ships and ranking them against each other in an entertaining way unless I get a little worked up? I hate when people come in my comments and they're like,
oh, you're doing too much.
Okay, wait 1 second. If this is the energy you want right now, wait 1 second. My favorite ship is, the Belchers. Because they love each other. And on to our next ship. No, I gotta get a little worked up. I almost bored myself to death. To death, bro. I almost died. You almost killed me. I love Bob and Linda, but do they love each other more than I love my desk? Don't show the sponsor this part, but I'm gonna rank Bob and Linda above me and my desk just because they've been together longer. Check back with me and Lexi in about 30 years and then we'll see, okay? Somebody was trying to convince me that Bert and Ernie aren't gay. They're cousins. They're brothers. They've bathed together. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time tons of fun. Look at the colors of the Rubber Ducky. Now look at the colors of Bert.
You make bath time tons of fun.
And maybe they don't mention that on Sesame Street because they're domestic and cute and we don't have to get into, the intimate details of their lives. Mind your own business. We can't just say they're not in love. We can't just say that, because it's not true. For whatever reason, the creator of Bert and Ernie is very quick to shut down the prospect of them being gay, and I can type out a whole thought piece about this, so I did, because I hate the whole, why does sexuality matter? When you say, they're not gay, of course. Okay, if it didn't matter, why did you do that? Bert and Ernie is S tier. S tier is getting very crowded. I'm feeling very positive. I'm feeling all the love today. Fred and Nurse Bazooka really should have covered their love story in my SpongeBob Bringing Back Old Bits video, but hey, here we are. Fred has a very popular ongoing joke in SpongeBob. He breaks his leg and shouts,
My leg!
My leg! Oh, my leg!
My leg.
It's scattered throughout the series. He's a legend. Emphasis on leg. Leg. You'll see it all spelt out. It does make sense. I think these are the strongest jokes I've ever had in a video. Why are you booing? Anyway, this episode decides to focus on him because as I said in my SpongeBob Bits video I mentioned, which if you haven't seen, you definitely should check it out, the later seasons of SpongeBob try and focus more on the Bikini Bottom background characters. It tries to become more of an ensemble show. For better or for worse. Actually, not for better or for worse. For worse or for less worse. I mean, it's never gonna be seasons 1 through 3 of SpongeBob. Let's just get that out of the way. Even the episodes I enjoyed from New SpongeBob can't really hold a candle to the old stuff. But how can you expect it to? Holy shit, right at the start, we have a cameo from the Mr. Magical Magic commercial guy. Don't forget Platitudinous. God, what an icon. I'm more excited to see him than Fred. Every other character screaming, "Your leg!" was funny the first one time it happened, and then it got kinda stale almost immediately. But right before Fred admits to missing the hospital because he has a crush on the nurse, he hits us with this pose. Lin-Manuel Miranda looking ass. Whoever drew him in this pose, give them a raise. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'd break my leg just to be with you. The Alaskan bullworm is in this episode too? Okay, now I'm getting a bit overwhelmed. Let's get to the romance so we can rank them. In the end, when Fred is finally back at the hospital, he serenades Nurse Bazooka, who at this point we should just call Muscle Mommy, okay? Let's be real with ourselves. Don't click off the video, that's rude. Anyway, Bazooka reciprocates his feelings and they live happily ever after. A tier? It's a sweet and strange meet cute, but he doesn't even know her name. In the song, he says he thinks her name is Daisy. I wanted to see if Bazooka was featured in any other episodes so I can gauge if they're still in love, but she's not. But cute episode. Not the best from New SpongeBob, but definitely not the worst. That might be coming next week. I have an interesting opinion of this show right here. You guys are gonna chase me around with pitchforks and torches. And I can't wait. Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. We have to acknowledge how much these two did for gay representation in animation as a whole, because we really saw the middle of their relationship journey. These two had so much history from the very start of the series. They were exes at the start of the series. They dropped a lot of hints to this, but they didn't know how far they could go with this until the end when they said fuck it and they got them back together. Also, I love the way they look. They look like these two houses. Vampire and Bubblegum pink. What can go wrong? What doesn't go wrong with these two? Also, Princess Bubblegum in general is a very controversial character because they couldn't have made her any sketchier in the beginning. She's just casually creating these candy monsters and treating them like they're her toys. She's a little bit Pink Diamondish. She's a little bit Pink Diamondish. She's a little bit Pink Diamondish. Has anybody ever compared those two characters? That feels like an original thought to me, which means it probably isn't. Princess Bubblegum, as internet discourse will tell you time and time again, is a war criminal. So does that make her less cute with her girlfriend? Yeah. I don't know why they wrote her so evil. Also, even if we take that aspect out of it, even if we completely remove the sketchiness of early season Princess Bubblegum, I don't think I could ever move past, sorry I don't treat you like a goddess, is that what you want me to do? Yeah, that is what I want you to do. What? Tears streaming down my face, screaming, crying, throwing up. I cannot believe they got back together. Me personally, that's too much history. Bottom of B, just because I love them at the end so much though. And I love narratively the way they told this story. I've never seen another show tell a relationship story so out of order. Maybe that's where I also got the Pink Diamond comparison from. Kelsey and Ryan. This is a hilarious ship to suggest, because I'm sorry to dunk on you real quick. Like Troy in the musical High School Musical, the musical we're talking about. But these two have no chemistry. These two are the two gay friends that look at each other and they're like, I guess we'll go to prom together? How are we the only two? You're not. They're just not out yet. C, for Ryan would be better with Chad. Chad and Ryan. The clothes change switch seen throughout the nation. After a song where Ryan was like, you know, Chad, old buddy, old pal, you can swing both ways. And Chad said, and I quote, bet. Yeah, they're going in S. I know it was brief, but I actually wish they were able to expand on that. That would have been a great love story. Not just Gabriella and Troy's best friends getting together. Because they're the best friends. What else can they do? Support the main characters and then date each other out of default. No, Chad, you're gonna date the theater boy and it's gonna be amazing. I know that in High School Musical, the series, they shipped Ryan with somebody else at the end. They shipped him with somebody else at the end, I think. But I don't view that as canon. Also, I'm glad I'm out of my High School Musical, the series era. Should I cover it for Camp or Cringe, though? Let me know if you guys want to see that, because I've already seen most of the series. I just haven't seen the last season, because season 3, I think it was, the one with the fucking summer camp, pissed me off so much! And I can get into that. If you want. Mischa and Noel from Ride the Cyclone? This whole musical, and this is not a spoiler because they address this in the first 2 seconds, all these kids are dead. They're dead, and they're coping with the fact that they're dead. Romance was the last thing on my mind. I only ever watched that show once because it made me so sad. But I will say, so I'm asking why, Lord? She hit those notes perfectly while she was spinning. And you expect me to be focused on ships? Oh, ship. You're really shipping at a time like this. I mean, maybe if we followed these two way past them, coping with the fact that they're not alive anymore, but what would that look like? It would look like the Geoffs from The Ghost of Molly McGee. And by the way, if you haven't watched The Ghost of Molly McGee, you should really watch The Ghost of Molly McGee. That finale killed me, and I turned into a ghost because, ow, I can't even talk about it for too long because I will spoil it, and I don't want to do that for you. These two, though, what a supportive dynamic. And I love Geoff, Geoff. He's so sweet and so kind. And then you got muscly Geoff, just there to protect him. He was always really pissy about the friendship between Geoff and Scratch because Scratch wasn't the nicest to Geoff at first. And only Geoff's boyfriend Geoff could see that. Is this getting a little confusing? Well, if there's one takeaway from this, it's that they are S tier. Branch and Poppy from Trolls. You already know. You want to hear me talk about them more? Because I will. They grew together so much. I love their origin story, but I love even more how far they've come. You know what I mean? It's not even just about the cute meet cute. It's about the life cute. It's about the journey cute. They're going in S, lower than Bob and Linda, just because, again, Bob and Linda have been together forever. They are a couple goals. I don't think anyone can beat them, if I'm being honest. TV show Poppy and Branch, if I bothered to put them on this tier list, would go in B if we're operating under the assumption that they're monogamous, but A if we're operating under the assumption that they're polyamorous and just dating everybody else. And the only reason they're not in S along with movie Poppy and Branch is because Poppy needs to learn to be a better listener in these freaking TV shows. I put up my second channel video talking more about Trolls because unfortunately for me and all of you, I'm in my Trolls era. I can't stop thinking about them. Nana and Mr Wooka? Guys, these are all my favorites! I said it during my Nana Landlord video, but there's just something so incredibly sweet about the elderly in love. Nana says it best when she calls him a glorious gentleman. The only reason I put them behind Broppy is because I want to see Nana and Mr. Wooka kiss. Onyx and Topaz from Trollza with the Z. I love these two because Onyx is so patient and honest. I was thinking I should have said this joke in the Trolls video, so I'm gonna try it here. Onyx is so honest. Onyxed. Like I keep saying, this video is a laugh fest. I like these two because I don't think Onyx would be condescending to her any more than she is to anybody else. And that's not even in a mean way. That's just in her jokey way. I loved the line where Topaz said, "I'm confused." I know. That's one of the things I like most about you. And I think that's more so because Onyx, she focuses on the doom and gloom. So these two not only have a sunshiny and, doom and gloom personality, which as you all know, I love. Look at the other ships I ship, hello. But also, I don't think Onyx looks down at Topaz. I really don't think Onyx views her as an idiot. She views her as an optimist. What's the difference? Shut the fuck up. No, I think they're in love. The only reason I put them in A instead of S is because, as we all know, the rest of the group doesn't stop fighting and the volcano explodes and they all die. Should I write a fanfic of a Ride the Cyclone type show, but starring the Trolls girls? Probably shouldn't. It's a hair thing, but the split ends were not cut. It's a hair thing. Why couldn't we all just make up? Whoa, volcanic ash from stone to soot. We couldn't save the day because we stood in our own way, and I never got to say. Say what, Topaz? Well, Onyx, I've always... Dear God, I love making silly songs for silly guys about silly things. Like a bunch of teens dying from a volcano. But it's not real, so it's very silly. Where's my Grammy? Bowie and Raj from Total Drama. I love these two. Do not get it twisted. I love these two, but just like with Clone High, you cannot get attached to Total Drama ships. Their angst is entertaining. These two, I really think they're gonna split up if they do another season with these characters, because the second season with these characters, we're starting to show the cracks. Raj is not very smart. Bowie is very smart. Now, as we previously discussed, somebody very smart could be with somebody very not smart if they value their perspective and input. A lot of the time, Bowie seems concerned for Raj's safety. That's how stupid Raj is. And I feel like I struggle to think of how the foundation of their relationship has respect when Raj is like, oh, sweetie, how are you alive? But I still love them. I want it to work. I want them to figure it out. I'm gonna put them in B. MK and Julia, however, are perfect for each other. They are perfect for each other, because who else is gonna put up with them? Their shenanigans was pretty fun. I cannot believe they didn't confirm these two as a couple, because they could be friends. But I mean, come on now. Oh, if you missed the rage, here it is again, because we got Lucy and James from Big Time Rush. I used to love these two, because as you all know, I was a Big Time Rush stan. Keyword, was. And James used to be my favorite, but seeing this guy just... Oh god, he's so cringy, and he supports an oppressive genocidal government. Ugh. And that's why, motherfuckers, I got the Imagination Movers poster there now instead of my old Big Time Rush one, because now they're cringe. But anyway, I used to love Lucy and James together because I loved James and I loved that he got with a brunette. For whatever reason, I had a big brunette complex. I thought brunettes were oppressed or something. I literally was like, if they make James end up with a girl with blonde hair, that's not similar enough to me. I was, how you say, mentally ill. I still am, but in different ways. But the reason why they're a shit ship, like an absolute shit ship in the world, is they really went with the idea of her constantly rejecting him and him being like, I'm not giving up hope. These shows for kids and teens loved giving us this cat and mouse dynamic, but if you couldn't tell, that leads into predatory territory. It would be different if a girl was like, if you really want to be with me, you gotta prove it. And she was like pulling like a Meg from Hercules, I won't say I'm in love moment, but she was upfront about that. Like, hey, I'm hesitant to the idea, but you can keep trying if you want. You know what I mean? So then you get that same dynamic, but she signed up for it. And it's not just this guy constantly showing up with flowers and being like, I will make you mine! F! And our last ship is, dear God, this is the only ship that can dethrone Bob and Linda. It's Guy Diamond and himself. I aspire to have that level of self-love. I want to look at myself in the mirror and just like gawk and marvel. Everyone said that they headcanoned him as Aero Ace, and I completely agree. He's not falling in love with anybody besides himself, and I love that for him. He shines bright like a diamond. Guy Diamond. S, obviously. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully enjoying. If you did, be sure to subscribe. Next week we are covering The Patrick Show, so that'll be a really chaotic one, and then the week after that, it's Teletubbies and Booba. And what? Have a great day, butt lovers. Bye!